Welcome to this Fundamentals Lesson Plan series on rendering. In this video, we'll take a look at preparing the Revit model for export to 3ds Max Design. This is video 1 of 4. My name is John Harridge, and I'll be your host for today's lesson. Let's look at the learning objectives for video 1. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to check the orientation of walls and windows to make sure that they are exterior facing. Next, we'll look at assigning material properties for visualization purposes. And then last, we'll export a 3D model view. With that, let's get started. Let's begin the exercise by opening up an existing project file. Go ahead and click Open, and then navigate to your tutorial folder. And let's open up the file Visualization Rendering Exercise 01 project. So the purpose of this exercise is to explore which Revit elements to check for when preparing exterior building renderings. So it's a good idea to have a checklist handy so that you can maximize your efforts. So we're going to check exterior orientations of walls and opening elements such as windows and doors. This is an easy step that you can perform in Revit versus performing them in, say, 3ds Max Design. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll take a look at the orientation of the exterior walls. But before we do that, we're going to make a substitution in place. So hover over an existing wall, right-click, choose Select Instances for the entire project. So once all those walls are highlighted in a common selection set, let's go to the Type selector. And let's go ahead and change those walls to exterior brick on metal stud. Next, let's go ahead and set the detail level for the view to medium so we can see the internal layers of that cavity wall system. And I'll also turn on shade mode so you can use the S as in Sam, D as in David keyboard shortcut to shade those walls. And let's just visualize where those brick material layers appear. And so if it's inside the structure, then we know that it's the incorrect orientation. So to resolve this, just simply left click to place that wall in a selection set to expose the flip grip, and then left click on the flip grip to change its orientation. So that's just a quick fix. You can scan the rest of the model just to confirm that the brick layer is truly facing the exterior environment. Next, let's take a closer look at the windows, the exterior windows. So I'll hit the Escape key twice to clear the current selection set. If I left click to select a window, let's go ahead and select all instances through the right click menu for the entire project. I'm just doing that to make it easier to discover where the exterior windows are, and note where the glazing is relative to the position within the wall. So this looks correct. Let me just drop the selection set and just select one window, and let's look at where the flip grip appears. So if the flip grip is to the outside, then you know you have the right orientation. In this case, the flip grip is on the inside. That's the incorrect orientation. So go ahead and select the window, left click on the flip grip to change its orientation to the exterior face. So if I scroll and pan to the rest of the floor plan, I'm just quickly skimming to see if there are any other windows that need to be modified. All right, next let's prepare the 3D view. Open up the 3D view, and let's take a look at modifying the topography object. We want to modify its material assignment. Right now it's set to earth. Let's go ahead and change that material value by selecting the Browse button inside the Material field in the Properties palette. And then let's scroll down until we find a material called Site Grass. All right, go ahead and select it. So site grass is selected. Go ahead and click OK to apply that property to the topography object. Go ahead and hit the escape key twice to clear the selection set. And the last thing that we'll do is we'll make a substitution in place for the roof objects. Go ahead and place the roof in a selection set. And then again, returning to the type selector, let's go ahead and choose the wood rafter 8-inch asphalt shingle insulated roof type. And hit the escape key twice to clear the selection set. And that basically wraps up this exercise. Let's go ahead and perform a file save as. And let's give it the name Visualization Rendering Exercise 01 Finished. Click Save after you give it a name. This concludes this exercise. Let's go ahead and take a look at next steps. Let's review the learning objectives for video 1. In this lesson, you were able to check the orientation of walls and windows to make sure that they were exterior facing. Then we looked at assigning material properties for visualization for rendering purposes. And then we looked at how to export a 3D model view to send to another application such as Autodesk 3ds Max Design. With that, let's take a look at Autodesk resources that are available to you. I would like to make you aware of two Autodesk resources. The first resource is the Autodesk Education Community, where you can access free software for both students and educators for titles like Autodesk Revit featured in this series. The website address is www.students.autodesk.com. Registration is required to access the free software using either your personal email address or your school-issued email address. The second resource is the Autodesk Digital STEAM Workshop. It's hands-on, project-based learning across multiple industries such as architecture, engineering, and entertainment. The website address is www.digitalsteam.autodesk.com. Registration is required to download the free learning resources using your Autodesk ID created from the Autodesk Education Community. You will find the Fundamentals of Architecture series under the Subject pull-down menu, Architecture link. Assets include step-by-step instructions, datasets, and videos. This concludes this lesson overview summary. Thank you for watching.